Hello, friends. Welcome to another special edition of the Thinning of the Veil podcast. I'm your host, Tia Smith, again, as always. You're probably getting tired of seeing me, but it is what it is. So today I wanted to go into specifically how there are more opportunities on Family Search other than push the ordinances ready button and then the other ones that we learned last time, because I feel like when you know all of the opportunities available to you, and you're asking and you're receiving revelation, that this is just another way that you can access and or increase your opportunities to have them. So what I wanted to start with first is a cell phone way of finding names differently than I showed in the past. And it's an easy four-step process. Now, this process can be done only on your cell phone. It might be able to be done on your computer. I don't think so. I haven't seen it. But there's a caveat with that things are changing all the time with Family Search. So I may be completely lying to you and not knowing about it. But the second part that I'm going to show you is one that I prefer to do it on a computer versus a cell phone, but it can be done on both. But I obviously prefer the bigger screen. It just seems like what I'm going to show you that works better with a bigger screen. So with that, we are going to go right into it. All right. A lot of people don't know that there are several different ways to find opportunities for temple work in Family Search. There's not just one way and one way only. They are really, really good at providing lots of different ways and different opportunities. And literally, again, it is just pushing a button. It's just knowing which button to push. So the first thing we're going to start out with is the cell phone. What you're going to want to do first is just locate the cell phone app on your phone and open it, and the homepage will appear. And then what you're looking for this time is trying to locate the task button that is on the bottom bar of your cell phone screen. And it just is a box with a check mark on it, and it says tasks. And then what you'll do is you'll just click that button, and the next screen will look, this is step number 2, like this, and it will pull up all your ancestors with tasks. Now, there are different colors and different icons on when you pull up tasks. And we'll go into those later, what those different ones mean and how they can help you. But we are specifically looking for green temples. I'm just going to remind you, if you didn't watch the last video, just in case, that there are 2 different green temple buttons. The one button doesn't have a mini circle in it, and that one, when you push, it will pull up ordinances that are available that you don't have well, you have a time frame, but it's, you know, a couple of years, versus the circle with the smaller circle in it, and that one is 120 days. The difference being the one with the 2 circles, those ordinances have been found and sent to the temple by someone who is related to them as well. And what you're doing is pulling them away from the temple list. So that's why there's 120 days on there, because we don't want to pull them away from the temple if someone's already been found, has already found them, and then just not do them. So that's the reasoning behind the different looks of the ordinances green temple button. Now, on this particular page, you're going to locate one of those names that has a green temple by it. And all you're going to do is click on that name, which takes you to the next screen, which is step number 3. And then you just choose which one of those you want to do. So you can, Viola Lee Hennison at the very top of the page has baptisms, confirmation, initiatories, endowments, and sailing to parents available. You can reserve all of the names when it comes up, or you can just click. If you want to just do one, you unclick the other ones and keep the one that you want clicked. So you're just looking for that check mark, and whatever you have check marked will move to the next screen, which looks like this. Once you've reserved them, you go back to your home page and you look for the temple again at the bottom of the page, and that's where you would click to go take those names that you found to the temple. So you're looking for the taskbar, and then you look for those ancestors who need green temples or their ordinances done, and then you click on them and choose, and then you go back to your temple button and reserve them. So that's a simple 4-step uh, way that you can find green temples on your cell phone. Again, I don't think this is available on the regular family search website. This is only available on your cell phone. So if you are getting frustrated with push ordinances ready button, which I don't know why you would be, but if you are, you can go back and do find ordinances by clicking the taskbar. And we will go over how to turn some of those yellow temples to green temples. We'll do that in further videos. But again, my job is to keep these short and sweet, and I don't want to overprogram you with this information. So now we're going to go to the actual way to do it on your computer. All right. So once you have logged into your go into Family Search and logged in, remembering your username and password, hopefully by now you wrote that down or you have just a good way of remembering. You're going to come to your home page. What you're looking for on your home page with this particular thing, I'm calling it mining because I guess there's no other way. And this was a way that I did it before the ordinance is ready button. And you can also receive revelation and use revelation this way in finding ancestors. So what you're going to want to do is look for the button up at the top that says family search, and you're going to click, or family tree, sorry, and you're going to click it and then click on the tree button, which is the second one down. Once you click that tree button, I would tell you again to keep in the landscape view, and how you figure out if you're in the landscape view. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, it will show landscape view. There's a drop down that will show you portrait and fan and descendancy and first ancestor. Really, for me, I always most likely stay in landscape just because it makes more sense to me visually. So what you're gonna do is it's starting from you. So Darren and I are right here, and up goes our lines. So what we're looking to do is simply follow these arrows that are pointing to the right. In the beginning, I would pray and I would get prompted to go down a certain line. Now remember, I come from a line where all the work supposedly is all done, right? So this is how you're going to find cousin lines that need work done. So let's say I get prompted to go down my grandma scheme side Leora Wood. So I'm just going to keep clicking those opportunities. Now, obviously, this doesn't work if your tree isn't fully full. And if it's not, go visit your local and ward consultants and anyone that knows what they're doing. But, that's what the calling of the ward consultants are, and state consultants, is to help you fill out your tree and navigate the way that you want it to. So I'm thinking, okay, if I'm prompted to stay on this wood line, I'm going to keep following it. Down on the bottom, I'm just clicking all these arrows. So I decide that I'm going to go down Joseph Hiram Sudwick's line. Now, basically what I'm looking for, and this isn't a rule, this is just my opinion, and this is just the way I do it. I'm looking for the dates where it is in the late 1600s or early 1700s. It just seems to work out that way the best for me. So I'm going to stop here on John Humphrey because that's about the time frame. See, he's 1710. So what I'm going to do once I get to that date frame, I'm going to click on the name of John Humphrey. And then all of this information on the right-hand side will pop up. What I'm looking for in this particular case, in this mining scenario, is I'm looking for a tree. Now, what that's going to do is it's not only going to show the line that you came through which for me, it was Benjamin Franklin Winter and Hannah Humphrey. But then it shows all of the children. So that's how you access the cousin line. So you click the tree button, and now the focal point actually becomes John Humphrey. And now you're starting to go forward in time based on picking his tree. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to mine. And generally for me, I start at the top because that's the easiest way for me to remember. So I'm going to Jonathan Blanchard and Betty Humphrey, and I'm going to click on the arrow that's now facing left, and it's going to expand the tree. And you see how much more opportunity now is available, and you can see a lot more that needs help versus just going down your line and only looking on the line that you came through. So the top again is William Blanchard and Deborah Robin. So I'm going to again click the arrow that's pointing left. All I'm doing is I'm looking for green temples. Now it seems like this line might be pretty well done, but I'm going to keep clicking just in case those arrows, and I'll show you. Okay, so now I've clicked down to Roswell Blanchard, and he was born in 1856. Now there's a green temple with a circle in it. That means there's temple availability. I click on it, and it will show you what is available. Now, see, you can unclick any of those opportunities. If you only want to reserve the baptisms, unclick the initiatory and the endowment, and then you'll just click request, and it will go in your temple on your temple list. So I'm going to keep going though, because there might be more opportunities down the line. So again, we come across another opportunity that we can click on. I'm going to take you to a point where you can kind of get to the end of the line so you can see what it looks like. So there are clearly a lot of green temples here. Now we're going to click on this May L. Blanchard, because I want to show you something. So first of all, it's going to say possible duplicates. If it says possible duplicates and you are unsure of doing duplicates, that's actually the scariest part for most people. Then all you need to do is just X out of it. Like in the beginning, remember, I'm not trying to overprogram you, so you don't overprogram yourself either until you get comfortable enough. So we're just going to keep clicking these. Let's go down to Leland M. Blanchard. That one is not registering as an opportunity. But this one is. And if you scroll down, there's a bar on the right-hand side that you may see one name, but there's probably more if the bar you're able to move down. So we're just going to move down this bar. Now the problem, Oliver James Lennon, his work is available, but this person was born within the last 110 years. Permission from a close relative is required to perform these ordinances. So unless you're a very close relative, which most of the time I'm not that, I can't do it if they're born within the 110-year time frame. So if you see that, no, you haven't done anything wrong. You've just come to the end of the line, unless you know them and you can ask for permission. Right? So when I get to the end of a line, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and then go down to the next available one and push that button to the left. And you can see how there's more opportunities. Now, when I exhaust all of that, which is it is exhausted because there's no more arrows pointing, then I'm going to go up to the next one below the one that I've just mined and expand that tree. So I click on the arrow and click on the arrow again, and we see more opportunities. And then when I was done with this line, then I would go to the one below the one that I'm on. So what you're doing is you're mining forward. You're looking at all the possibilities, reserving what you want to reserve, and then going back to the next generation and then mining that one out as well. So that's how you do the cousin line. So I would just literally keep going until I was able to mine what I needed to mine. When I have gone and done all of the mining that I feel like I want to do, or I have exhausted the rest of the line, then I'm simply going to, after I've reserved everything, go back to my temple button, and that is up on the top, clear to the furthest right. Um, the furthest right on the furthest left. So if you look up to the left of your screen, it's the furthest button on the right. It says temple on it. You're going to click on that and click on my reservations. And then you're simply just going to choose what you want to go do that day. This in the beginning was the process of revelation that it took for me. And I would be prompted to go and go down a certain line. And sure enough, there is always work to be done there. That's the thing, brothers and sisters, that you need to know is that Family Search updates this website not only with new technology, but with names. So just because you think your tree is done, you can log on tomorrow and you're going to find more to do. Hopefully, this has been helpful for you and that you've learned another way of finding the opportunities that you have to go to the temple. Remember, the most important part about this, though, is praying that intercessory prayer with the desire that you're going to want to go do these ordinances in the temple and to have experiences with these people. And remember to just pay attention to those little nuances. And if you get prompted to go and mine, then go and mine. If you get prompted to push the ordinances ready button, then do that. Um, there's just lots of ways that you can find the opportunities. No one should ever walk away again without an opportunity to take someone to the temple. And as you learn more about these people and as you're mining, you could come across holes that you feel like you need to fill. So in one of the next how-to videos that I'll do, will show you how to, when you come across someone that needs help, how you can actually help them in certain ways. This video is going to be one of many I've decided these kinds of videos so that you can reference them when you're struggling. Uh, and when you feel like you need to go revisit them, then go ahead and rewatch them again. Thank you again for joining me on this short how-to video. I hope that it's been helpful for you and provided more ways and more opportunities that you can help gather Israel. Until next time, my friends, I hope all is well. We'll see ya. Bye.